Okay guys, today on the channel we are going to be reviewing what I think will be the most talked about golf product in 2025. There's a whole lot of hype, but is it justified? Did you find out the materials case?
I mean, from one person's review here, they're saying that it's ionomer.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what that is though.
So ionomer and Surlyn are two of the kind of more original materials that were used for covers. Ionomer is the most durable cover, very scuff resistant for people who are not hitting the middle of the club all the time, maybe blading the odd shot, hitting in bunkers a lot. The cover becomes very, very resilient and resistant to scuffing up. Not obviously like urethane, obviously, which is the premium material, Pro V1s, and every premium golf ball is made from urethane.
They're not even listed on Amazon anymore.
So you cannot get them right now?
I mean, at least Amazon.ca. Amazon.com seems to have the yellow ones, but not the white ones. Doesn't have any, which is crazy because I was able to buy them a couple days ago.
Which one is which?
Yeah, the one on your right goes higher.
Considerably.
Yeah. Which one is
Amazon.
That's the Amazon ball?
Very responsive.
That means it probably bounces off the club.
Rebound speed, ball speed, baby. Let's see.
Yeah,
very interesting. I'm more compelled now than I was before we even opened the box. I'm much more compelled now by hitting it a couple of times. All right, guys, you probably already know by now the behemoth that is Amazon have got into the golf ball space. October 21st, I think, will be the most remembered day for a product launch in 2025. For me, a company like Amazon getting into the golf space, producing golf balls, and where does that stop? Do they get into producing starter sets, an entry point into the game? Is it clothing? Is it shoes? I'm sure they do some stuff. I know they have Amazon Basics clothing, but do they look at the golf space as something that is attractive enough for them to try and appeal to the audience? We know Amazon takes the friction out of buying. Being able to click, 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 purchase, and next day, literally these arrive case, didn't they, next day?
Yeah, 48 hours.
40-hour delivery. So, you know, a lot of the friction in purchasing has been taken out by online shopping. It's taken a little bit of the kind of in-store experience away. But I think people ultimately will always lead towards convenience. But what we're here today to do today is dive into the performance of this golf ball. $14.49 for a dozen, $24 for 2 dozen. Unbeatable value, let's be honest. There's nothing that really competes, if it's good. I'm sure there's lots of golf balls that compete with this that are no good. But if this is any good, this could be the thing to shake up the golf industry for a long, long time. The first thing that strikes us, and we all said this, certainly Cody said it first, I think unintentionally, Amazon have presented the golf ball like a prototype. This is the time of year when we all joke about it's white box season. It means we're getting a look at what the next golf ball is, the prototype for the next line of golf balls. And ironically, Amazon have done what the most premium brands in the world do when they were about to release a new golf ball, which is they release it in a white package that's very nondescript and doesn't really give away what's inside and just let people react to it. I don't think that was the plan. Maybe there's someone in the offices, the hierarchy at Amazon who knows that's what goes on in golf, but I would doubt it. I think they've just went for the Amazon basic strategy of let's minimize everything to do with the packaging and let's focus on the product and the delivery and the service. Okay, you guys probably already know our golf ball test strategy. If you don't, we hit a 50-yard shot, we hit a full wedge, we hit full 7-iron, and we hit driver. We have actually already baselined with a premium golf ball, the premium golf ball, but we're not doing that to compare this Amazon Basics golf ball as a premium golf ball. It's absolutely not going to be. The cover is made of ionomer. We know it's a two-piece ball. It's a solid core. It's not going to be something that competes with the best of the best, right? You go to said headquarters and Massachusetts and you walk through there and you look at all the lists and corridors upon corridors of patents that have been filed for the best golf balls in the world, you wouldn't ever expect this golf ball to compete with that. So, but we just want to give you guys a baseline. Is it a fast ball? Is it a spinny ball? Whatever it is, we just need something to compare it to for those of you who are not as familiar with our testing. So let's start off with the 50-yarder. Nice little half wedge shot. Let's kind of give it. I always like to do that. And I always talk about, you've got to absorb the feel. Okay, here's said premium golf ball. Amazon golf ball. The Amazon golf ball has the feel more of a Chrome Soft or an AVX. So that again tells us the soft core is what it says in the packaging. Without a shadow of a doubt, it has a very, very soft core. So let's see how it performs in the 50-yard shot. Better. First one was an okay strike, wasn't great. Next one was better for sure. Very interesting feel. It feels like a foam golf ball. It's that soft. Literally feels like I could be hitting a foam golf ball. Initial impressions, I feel like it's launching a little bit high. I feel like I've got the ball leaving and exiting the club face, very, very high, very quickly. That to me probably starts to tell me I'm not going to get much friction or that much friction. There's going to be a diminishing amount. For those of you who, again, have seen these ball tests in the past, 50-yard shot, I would generate about between 7,500 and 8,000 RPMs a spin. I know these numbers are etched in my mind, having done thousands and thousands of 50-yard wedge shots in these tests. 6,700 tells me already that this is not that high in spin. I'm not saying that's a bad thing though. I'm really not here to knock this golf ball to say, oh, it doesn't perform like the premium golf balls do. That's not what this is about, because this isn't a golf ball that's going to be played in the PGA Tour. The golf ball we tested this against has one job, and it's to be the best golf ball for a certain type of golfer in the game of golf, if you can afford to play it. That's the role of that other golf ball. All right, let's start hitting some full shots. Full wedge now. Very pleasant. No issues, no pushback against the feel of it, that's for sure. Okay. It's very pleasant to hit, I will say that. I think we done a test a couple of weeks ago with the Titleist Left Dot AVX Pro V1. It's kind of giving me that AVX vibe of just really enjoyable to hit. It feels jumpy. I don't know if that's the right way to describe a soft core golf ball, but it feels like it's very quick off the face. Not sure why, but let's hit one more. I mean, you take those 3 shots with any golf ball in the game. Very nice. Okay, into the mid-irons now, 7-iron, 170. Let's see what we get. Pitch and wedge performance was really quite good. Wow. Okay, 1 in a row. It's not a pattern yet. Kind of reminds me of, it's got some AVX feels to it. It's got some original Chrome Soft feels to it. I'm shocked at how it feels. It's good. It is really good. It's not what I thought it would be. It's unbelievably soft. Okay, so far, extremely soft golf ball. There are signs of low spin. There are signs of high launch. There are signs of a lack of friction. That's what I'm seeing so far from it. From a speed perspective, fine. Absolutely fine. Again, as I said, felt quite jumpy with the pitching wedge, felt quite fiery also. And then sometimes that can also be, I mean, I don't know if I'd describe it as fiery if I couldn't see the way the ball was launching out into the obviously the software. I can obviously see it launching high with kind of knuckly kind of shape to it. It's kind of hitting 170, 172 carry easily. I'm really not putting that much into the speed with it. But I'm very curious of the driver. Can it stack up to what a premium golf ball produces from a ball speed perspective? Wow. Okay. I don't yet see, I see the ball speed, I don't see what the club speed was. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's hit a couple more. I just need to be, I need to see a little bit more to kind of be sure of what I'm seeing. It's doing the same thing over and over again. I don't know what to say. Every golf ball we hit, it's slow, it's very high launch, and it's good on spin. And it goes about as far as you would expect a 106, 106 mile an hour club head speed. Cody just done the math for us there. 106 times 2.7 is 286. So that one was a little bit less than that. I want to see just one more. I mean, I feel like I've been about as consistent as I can be with the driver. I think all those ball flights were really pretty solid, pretty consistent anyway. All right, guys, 50-yard wedge shot. We said initially that it looked like it was launching a little bit higher, and it kind of had just that kind of slightly different pitch to it, 4 degrees of launch extra. It was losing about 1,200 RPMs, exactly 1,200 RPMs in spin. Now, it was doing the same thing over and over again. There's nothing wrong with the standard deviation. It's not like it throws in a high spin one and a low spin one, and all of a sudden, you know, you get a bit of a surprise. If anything, the circle or the dispersion with the Amazon Basics ball for me was better. I think my average distance from the hole was like 6 or 7 feet. The carry done the same thing over and over again. That's what I look for. I'm not always looking for the high spinning golf ball. I want consistency. Now, would I choose a golf ball that launched that high and spun that little and had that kind of, you know, like almost like a bit of a flyer? I wouldn't choose that, to be honest. No, I would not. All right, let's look at full wedge. Actually, that might be the biggest discrepancy I've ever seen on the 50-yard shot. Do you know that? I don't know if I've ever seen 2 golf balls with that wide of a discrepancy. I just would have looked at the 2 trajectories. Yeah, it was that there. Like, you know, I've never seen that much 4 more, but I've never seen that where one is quite significantly high on a 50-yard shot. Normally, even if the numbers are a bit different, the 2 trajectories are kind of like overlapping one another. This is where it gets interesting. Okay. I'm going to call that pretty much fairly similar, very similar. Obviously, we're seeing a little bit of what we saw with the 50-yarder, the higher flight, really good on ball speed. Launch angle's a little bit higher and spin is a tad less, but now it's getting really, really tight. Okay, so with a wedge, would you really notice a difference on the golf course? You wouldn't. Truthfully, you wouldn't. In dry conditions, I have a slight suspicion if you added moisture into the equation, it could be different. Let's head into the 7-iron. So club head speed, almost identical, 0.7 of a degree in the loft. We're happy with that. Everything, I mean, remarkably similar. Face angle, dynamic lie angle, path. Everything else is very similar, almost a shank. So foresight would make you believe. Ball data, big difference in spin. Not much in launch, big difference in spin. think we actually saw a couple of those spinning in the 4,000s. We had one at 5,300, one in, I think it was like 4,900, one at 4,800. Because of that, because it was quick, at least as quick as a Pro V1, but it actually ended up going further because it had a high launch, lower spin trajectory to it. Okay, let's go to the driver. This is where it gets a little bit wild. And wild is a relative term. Obviously, this is wild for somebody who tests golf balls as much as I have in my life. When I saw that we lost that much ball speed, actually I swung the club slightly quicker. I noticed that as we were going. I was just about 1 mile an hour quicker. The efficiency tanked. I was delivering the same amount of pressure into the golf ball. Everything else was equal. And the efficiency of this one absolutely tanked. Yep, nudge that in the ball data. We lost 4 miles an hour. But here's the ironic thing. We didn't lose any distance because what it lost in ball speed, it made up for in launch conditions. So it launched about almost 2 degrees higher, spun about 400 RPMs less, and it flew a yard further. So does it have all the characteristics of a golf ball that is going to be played on the PGA Tour? No, it absolutely does not. Is it going to be a golf ball that people will enjoy the price of, will feel better about if they lose a few, their game's struggling, they lose a few, and they're not that fussed on the intricacies of the launch and spin? This golf ball is going to tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people. Value over performance. It has such an advantage on value where it doesn't have the advantage in performance, but I think the delta is a little bit closer than some people might imagine. This test has surprised me. I'll be perfectly honest. I did not expect anything of this golf ball. I expected it to be hard, clicky, very launchy. Now it clearly is. In every department of this test, it is launchy. It's not very spinny. Actually, it's off the driver. It actually is a little bit less spin. But it has that kind of like knuckleball flyer flight off of the wedges and irons. That would concern me as somebody who's trying to play and gets close to the holes I possibly can. But it does seem to do the same thing over and over again. So there's, if you got used to that, even better players who don't want to shell out the top dollar. I think if we done a test, oh man, I'm going to give this one away. This would be an absolute beauty. I'm not going to give it away. I'm going to say come back to the channel and watch us do a test that will blow your mind. I have this one baked out already in my mind. Come back to the channel when you see us test this golf ball against another golf ball. And I think the results will blow your mind because as I think about it, it's blowing mine right now. All right, guys, Amazon Basics golf ball. It has exceeded my expectations. I didn't really think my expectations were that high. I didn't know what to expect in all honesty. I can't wait to see how other people tests, or other companies' tests go. My Golf Spy, I'm sure golf.com, all those guys, I'm sure will do tests on this Golf Digest. It's better than I thought. I'll leave you with that. All right, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.